Hey, this is Tracy Lewis with Stuff and Things, and this is the May Winter is Coming Wednesday set of projects. Libby and I crafted over the weekend, and this was her project, and she double challenged me by stating, let's use poinsettia petals. She actually has just the dies. I have the dies and the stamps, and she wanted me to make, or us to make, both a Christmas and a Thanksgiving card out of poinsettia petals. So I really struggled with the Christmas one of all things. You would think it would have been the Thanksgiving one that I struggled with, but nope, it was the Christmas one. And that's because of the paper that we picked. We chose to use Expressions in Ink, which is wonderful paper. I can't speak highly enough about it. I already talked it up in my unboxing. And these stripes I used on 3 of the 4 projects we made. This was the paper right here that we chose for the Thanksgiving. I thought that the Cajun Craze floral looked fallish enough that I could get a fall card out of it, and I was able to. And then for Christmas, I chose this paper. So we were doubly, it was like using a non-traditional Christmas paper with traditional stamp and die set, so you would have thought it would be easy. So let's go over the Thanksgiving one first, because that's the one that I did not have a big struggle with. And I used the gold, which I've already talked about in my previous video, the Simply Elegant gold trim. I did also use a little bit of this rose gold and rose gold. I used the gold specifically. And I stuck with, in the poinsettia petals, I used for, here's some extra pieces that I had. I used these 2 flowers as my main accent, with some leaves actually that came from Forever Fern. So I'm going to hide the Christmas one. So that's the one that's the struggle bus. And this was what I came up with for the Thanksgiving one. I love this sentiment. Thank you for making this a wonderful season. So I thought that this, it's really hard to find Thanksgiving sentiments. So I'm really pleased that I noticed this sentiment and thought, I'm going to just turn this sentiment into a Thanksgiving sentiment. So I went ahead and used the gilded gems as well as the metallic pearls, mixed them up. This little die is the center for the large poinsettia flower dies, and I tucked in behind using cinnamon cider poinsettia flowers, the small ones. I tucked them behind to sort of to me, they looked so much like poinsettias, and I thought no one's ever going to think this is Thanksgiving. So I emphasized these fun little flowers as little fall, maybe dried flowers, and then tucked behind part of the cinnamon cider poinsettias and offset them from the gold, which is the bottom layer. And I don't know if you can see these, but Forever Fern, just really soft vellum leaves, very small, very subtle. I used the Evening Evergreen, a little bit of the vertical stripe as well as the horizontal stripe to get some directions. And then the background, actually, I will put it's a pin, and we used that as kind of the base layer for the background. That was part of the challenge, was having that be a requirement for both of the cards. So let me know what you think of this, if you think that I can truly get away with using this as a Thanksgiving card. I think it's doable, but I'm curious what you guys think. And now we will share the one I struggled with. So, again, I was required to do the 3-panel layout. I decided to go horizontal. I had a really hard time finding a red that I thought would work well, and this is Cherry Cobbler, what I finally ended up with. I am curious what you think of this, and whether you think that this needs. Does it need white? Is it okay the way it is? I think that it looks better in real life than in the pictures that it takes. I took some pictures and had a real struggle with trying to get the look of the card that I see in my eye in real life to translate to a photo. So I still used the small poinsettia layout. This time I was totally okay with having it be looking like a poinsettia, and I kept it green with the gold on top with the lines. And then this little leaf is the same leaf that I used. Oh no, so I used this leaf in the vellum on the other card that I cut into 2 pieces. This time I just left it full underneath the same trim. And then this is a different leaf sprig from Forever Fern, and I just took a little tiny piece of it to extend out this flower a little bit. Kept with that little center flower piece because I had an extra piece cut. I did, rather than having the trim, this evening evergreen trim horizontal, I just did the lines in the gold and then added a little bit more cherry cobbler to just kind of bring out the red in a nice balance with the evening evergreen green. And I am so curious what you guys think. I can't tell you how long I struggled with this, with a variety of different colors. I have a whole bunch of these done in the real red and in cherry cobbler of the poinsettia flowers. Sometimes projects are just a struggle to make work. You have a vision in your mind and it just doesn't happen. And I do think that this is okay as it is. That is my own opinion. Hub thought it was fine. He likes anything colored, and he is not fond of white-based cards. So when he sees a lot of white, he doesn't like them, which is funny because that's my favorite. So that is what I've got for Winter is Coming Wednesday. I'm really glad to have 2 projects finished in the month of May so early, not including the ones that I made in March and April. So I'm off to a good start. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, leave them on this video or over on my blog. Definitely let me know if you think that this card came out all right, or if you do think it should have some white, or anything else that you think could be done to brighten it up a bit, or if you think it's just fine as is. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.